Be a historian from the year 3023. Finally get permission from the space overlords to explore the ruins of Earth's northwestern continent. Nobody's been there in centuries. Entire civilization was destroyed, so we know very little about them. No, they used to speak English, so we just call them the Anglos. No, they had a god called Internet, with all learning and knowledge. Only references to their religion survive. Whatever it was died with them. For some reason, they just stopped writing anything down in the last years of their existence. Nothing is left but the rubble of their architecture and scraps of literature from before the internet religion took over. Fine remains of an old church. Can tell because of the majestic golden arches, fallen but still mostly intact. Inside, remains are remarkably preserved. Mummified skeletons are seated in chairs at tables, heads bowed reverently. They are each huddled over burned-out tablets of plastic and glass, worship objects we still don't fully know the significance of. Some of them are grasping the little bricks to their chests in their last moments. They all die praying. Truly, this was a devout people. Above the altar, broken glass used to preserve some kind of holy scripture. Sadly, the writings are lost. The bones of the acolytes lie in heaps behind the altar. They died officiating to the faithful. Leave the Holy of Holies behind the altar undisturbed for now. Might be trapped to keep infidels and thieves out. Find a small hallway off to one side. It takes hours to clear a path through the rubble without disturbing the remains. At the end is a small room. My God, it's completely intact. A row of little booths, along with a basin for ritual cleansing and a mirror for self-reflection. Inside these booths, a porcelain seat where people used to contemplate their deepest thoughts while relieving themselves. They were encouraged to write these thoughts down in a ritual called shitposting. Only place I might find authentic Anglo inscriptions from the internet era. Gingerly opened the door on the first booth. Inside is a kind of crude mural, not unlike a cave painting, scratched into the metal of the door. It depicts a strange creature resembling an erect phallus, displaying prominent buttocks, between which is another, smaller phallus. A fertility symbol of some kind. No doubt a response to the dramatic fall in population before the civilization's collapse. Move on to the next booth. There are pictograms on the inside that remain visible, though faded. They're in emoji, a form of hieroglyphics the late Anglos used in lieu of their original written language. An eggplant, followed by 3 drops of water, and a peach. Of course, a prayer for rain to grow crops. They must have suffered a catastrophic drought near the end. A 10-digit number follows, partial geographic coordinates perhaps. Make a note to search there later for signs of the Anglo culture. Check the third booth. There's actual writing in English, proof this was an Anglo religious site. Fuk bid shays getum oni. Check my translation notes. These words are unfamiliar. Must be a code. Some of the letters line up with old abbreviations for chemicals. Fluorine, uranium, carbon, potassium, poisonous gases, radioactive elements, a few that could be combined to make primitive explosives. Chemical warfare. No wonder they died out. This must be an ancient recipe for a dirty bomb. What was it doing in a holy meditation booth? Shaken, return home and deliver my findings to the space overlords. They decide that the secrets of the ancient Anglos are far too dangerous to reveal. Forbidden to go back. It will remain undisturbed for another 1,000 years, a monument to this devout but violent people. Commit all of my research and memories to the grand cyber repository of our great empire, so that the history of the Anglos will never be forgotten again.